Welcome back to Prepping for Tomorrow. Today, we're plunging into the nitty-gritty of a prepper's cornerstone, canned food. In an era of uncertainty, it's paramount to comprehend the lifespan and safety of canned foods. So let's dissect how long this pantry mainstay can truly sustain you and your loved ones. Picture this. You're sitting comfortably in a world where cyber attacks have rendered the grid useless. Your foresight in stashing away canned goods is about to reap dividends. These metal-sealed lifelines are now your best bet against hunger. But a question looms large. Just how long can you rely on these canned provisions? From a wide variety of fruits and vegetables to meats and soups, canned foods provide a plethora of options. But understanding the difference between best-by dates for quality and actual safety expiry is vital. It could very well save you from tossing out food that's still perfectly edible. But just how long can you depend on these metal-sealed lifelines? Canned foods are a popular choice for long-term storage due to their long shelf life and variety. From hearty soups to sweet fruits, the options are as vast as your taste buds could desire. But as we savor the convenience of these time-capsuled meals, it's essential to understand the difference between best-by dates and actual safety expiry. You see, best-by dates are more like a manufacturer's guarantee of peak quality. It's not a deadline for when food becomes unsafe. It's more like the sunset of its prime, after which the flavor, color, or texture may start to change. However, this doesn't mean that the food is spoiled. So what does this mean for your canned goods? Well, according to the USDA, high-acid canned foods like tomatoes and fruits can still be safe to eat for 12 to 18 months past their printed dates. Low-acid canned food, on the other hand, such as meat, poultry, fish, and most vegetables, can last 2 to 5 years beyond their best-by dates. Now, these are conservative estimates. Under ideal conditions, unopened canned foods can remain safe for many years, sometimes decades past these dates. But remember, safe doesn't always mean tasty or nutritionally optimal. While the food may be safe to eat, nutritional degradation may occur over time. The longer canned food is stored, the more nutrients like vitamin C and A may diminish. However, the loss will be minimal if the cans are stored in a cool, dark place. Keep in mind, though, that these rules apply to commercially canned foods. Home canned foods have a shorter shelf life and should be consumed within a year. So, the next time you're eyeing that can of green beans that's been sitting in your pantry, remember this. Best by doesn't necessarily mean bad after. With the right knowledge and storage practices, your canned goods can be a reliable source of sustenance far beyond their printed dates. This knowledge can save you from discarding food that's still good to consume. Understanding canned food lifespan is not just about survival. It's about making the most of your resources, ensuring nothing goes to waste in your journey of preparedness. Next, let's discuss how to identify cans that are no longer safe to eat. You may think a can's exterior doesn't hold much information, but it can tell a story of what's happening inside. First off, swelling. A swollen can is a red flag. The bulging of the can may indicate that bacteria inside are producing gas. This gas builds up, causing the can to expand outward. It's a clear sign that something's not right. Secondly, severe dents. Minor dents are usually just aesthetic issues and don't pose a threat to the food inside. But when a dent is deep enough to cause a crease or a sharp bend in the metal, it's a different story. This could damage the can's seal, allowing bacteria to find their way in. Next, rust. A little bit of surface rust may not be a big deal, but when it's severe enough to flake off or pit the can, it's a cause for concern. Rust can compromise the integrity of the can, potentially leading to small holes or breaches in the seal. Another telltale sign is leakage. If you notice any sticky, discolored, or dried residue on the outside of the can, it could mean the can has been leaking. Now, if you've opened the can and you notice an off smell, that's a dead giveaway. Food that's spoiled will often have a sour, rancid, or generally unpleasant odor. Lastly, if you open a can and the contents spurt out, it could indicate pressure buildup inside due to bacterial growth. It's worth noting that these signs are not foolproof. Sometimes harmful bacteria can be present without any visible signs of spoilage. That's why it's crucial to always cook canned food thoroughly before eating, to kill off any potential pathogens. Remember, when in doubt, it's better to be safe than sorry. If a can shows any of these signs, it's best to err on the side of caution and discard it. These signs can compromise the can's integrity and the food's safety. Storage conditions significantly impact the shelf life of canned goods. It's not just about having a stockpile, it's about maintaining it in a way that maximizes its longevity and safety. So let's dive into the best practices for storing canned foods to extend their life. Firstly, it's all about location. Choose a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. Basements often make excellent storage areas, but if that's not an option, a cool, dark cupboard will do just fine. The key is maintaining a consistent temperature. Fluctuations can cause the can to expand and contract, leading to potential breaches in the seal. Temperature plays a pivotal role. Keeping your canned foods below 75 degrees Fahrenheit is optimal. Above this, and you risk the food spoiling faster. In fact, every 18 degrees above room temperature can cut the shelf life of canned goods in half. That's why it's important to avoid storing canned foods near heat sources like ovens or water heaters. Next, let's talk about organization. Always store cans with the label facing outwards so you can quickly identify the contents. This not only saves time but also reduces the risk of accidentally knocking over and denting cans in your search. Also consider the first in, first out rule when storing your canned foods. This means the oldest cans should be at the front and newer ones at the back. This way, you're always consuming the oldest stock first, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Lastly, while it's tempting to stack cans to save space, it's not always the best practice. Stacking can cause the lower cans to bear too much weight, leading to potential dents and compromised seals. If you must stack, limit it to 2 cans high and check regularly for signs of damage. By following these storage practices, you're not only extending the life of your canned goods but also ensuring the safety and integrity of your food. Remember, proper storage is just as important as having a well-stocked pantry. Keeping your canned foods below 75 degrees Fahrenheit can prevent spoilage. Acidic foods like tomatoes and fruits have a shorter shelf life due to their nature. Now, it's important to note that just because a food is acidic doesn't mean it's dangerous or will spoil quicker, but it does mean that it might not last as long as more alkaline foods in your stash. When we talk about canned foods, the acidity or alkalinity of the food can impact the tin's interior lining. Over time, acidic foods can degrade the lining more quickly, potentially leading to a metallic taste or, in worst-case scenarios, compromise the food's safety. This is why canned tomatoes, citrus fruits, or pickles often have a shorter recommended shelf life, typically around 12 to 18 months. On the other hand, canned meats, vegetables, and soups, which are less acidic, can last anywhere from 2 to 5 years. However, this doesn't mean you should avoid stocking acidic canned foods altogether. They provide variety and essential nutrients to your diet. Instead, it's about managing your stockpile effectively, understanding that these items may need to be rotated more frequently. Also, consider the storage conditions. Cooler, darker environments can slow down the degradation process, giving your acidic canned foods a little more time. Remember, these are general guidelines, and actual shelf life can vary based on various factors, including the specific product, storage conditions, and even the can's quality. Understanding these differences is crucial for your canned food stockpile. While canned foods can last a long time, nutritional degradation is a factor. Over time, even the most well-preserved canned goods can lose some of their nutritional value. Certain nutrients like vitamins A, C, and some B vitamins are more susceptible to degradation due to their sensitivity to heat and light. Yet, minerals like sodium or iron and other vitamins like vitamin D remain relatively stable. On the flip side, canned foods can sometimes even have higher nutrient levels than their fresh counterparts. For instance, canned fish often have more omega-3 fatty acids, and canned tomatoes have more lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. Now, when it comes to planning a balanced diet with older canned goods, a little creativity can go a long way. It's all about variety, combining different types of canned foods to ensure you're getting a wide range of nutrients. You might mix canned meats, which are a good source of protein and essential amino acids, with canned fruits and vegetables that provide fiber, vitamins, and minerals. And don't forget about canned beans or legumes. They're nutrient powerhouses offering protein, fiber, and a host of vitamins and minerals. Of course, if you have access to fresh foods, it's a good idea to incorporate them into your diet as well. They can supplement the nutrients that may have diminished in your canned goods over time. Planning a balanced diet with canned goods is key in long-term survival situations. Rotating your stock is crucial. Think of it as a grocery store in your own home. Just like how grocery stores keep their freshest products at the back, you should do the same with your canned goods. This way, you're always reaching for the oldest cans first, ensuring nothing goes to waste. Now you might be wondering, how do I do this? Well, there are a few methods. One simple way is by marking the purchase date on each can and placing the newest cans at the back of your storage. Another method is using a can rotation system. This is a shelving unit designed to roll the cans forward as you use them, making sure the oldest cans are always at the front. Whether you choose to mark the cans or invest in a rotation system, the goal is the same. These systems ensure you use the oldest cans first and keep your stock fresh. In the world of prepping, canned foods are invaluable. They are the long-lasting, reliable allies that stand guard in our pantries, ready to provide sustenance when fresh food is scarce or non-existent. Throughout this video, we've explored the lifespan of canned foods, learned to recognize signs of spoilage, and understood the impact of storage practices. We've also delved into the effects of acidic foods on shelf life and the nutritional considerations to keep in mind. Rotation, as we've seen, plays a vital role in maintaining a fresh and safe stockpile. In the face of uncertainty and potential crises, knowledge is our best tool. Understanding the longevity and safety of canned foods empowers us to make informed decisions and plan effectively. So when you're standing in front of your food stash, remember this: trust your senses, but also trust the resilience of properly stored canned goods.